Hi again guys, and welcome to the first tune setup from the new 1.31 update. And what better place to start than with a way that you can use one of the cars from the pack to basically earn the most expensive car from the pack. And that is of course a Blue Moon Bay money grinding tune for the new Ferrari F50. Now this is equal in class to stuff like the GT40 and the Miura and the KTM. Now of course you can win in some N200 cars, but generally speaking I tend to use N300s anyway because you get the race done a little bit quicker and it's just so easy. If you use the GT40 in particular, it's such an easy event. Now this car isn't quite as quick as the GT40, at least not with this tune, and I may refine it in the future, but for now it can still win. And in terms of what you can earn with it, and also how you can earn the money, if you are new to the channel and unfamiliar with the Blue Moon Bay event, click the link in the description below and you'll see how to do that. But if you're already familiar, you're looking at slightly slower laps than some others. You're running like 48s, so it's not quite as quick as the GT40. In fact, it's a fair way off. That can break into the 46-second region, so it's not that quick, but it has fantastic handling, and ironically, very ironically, given how quick the car is, it's actually the straight line performance that kind of lets it down a little bit. It can get up around 160, whereas the GT40 can easily get up around, say, 170, 175, and that makes a big difference around an oval track. Now, as far as the tuning goes, you want to, of course, reduce it down to N300 in terms of power. As far as weight, I'd recommend dropping that as much as you can. Traction control I've got turned off, but of course that's down to you. Racing Super Softs for maximum grip. As far as the suspension, we've got that 10mm higher than stock on the front and the back, 2.75 for the frequency, which in other words is as high as possible. Anti-roll we've got on 7 with the dampers as low as possible all round, so 52, 52, 82, 82, neutral camber, neutral toe, downforce you cannot adjust. As far as the diff, I've, as you can see, gone for the highest acceleration setting. Funnily enough, you can kind of do whatever you want with this car. It's actually already that good. You can have 60 on the initial torque, you could have 60 on acceleration, you could have 60 on braking, or you could mix and match. It actually is pretty good no matter what you do, which really surprised me by how forgiving this car was. And finally, for the gearbox, you want the fully customized transmission, obviously, and then I've gone for an auto setting of 174. So closens up the gears a little bit, allows you to get through them quicker, but also the top speed, as I said, it's around the mid 165 kind of region, so you could potentially tune it to get there a little bit quicker, but no matter what you do with that amount of power, the car seems to struggle compared to stuff like a Miura or a GT40, which will tend to be quicker. So that's it for the tune. Now, of course, you want to see what it can do in action. Now, as I said, in terms of lap, you're looking more like the low to mid 48s, or at least that's what it was for me, but even though it's not the quickest thing around, and you might want to avoid LaFerraris, that's yet to be seen, because in this race I was up against an Enzo, which is quick, but it's not as quick as the LaFerrari, so again, this isn't the best N300 car out there, but this is more so a tune for those of us who have already been grinding for a long time, and maybe you just like the F50 and you want to try something new. So if you do decide to use it, the time it takes to do the race will be longer. It's over 20 seconds slower than the GT40 over the course of the race, so it does make a big difference, but I can still understand if somebody wanted to use this instead, because for me, for instance, if there was something like I don't know, a Chaparral or a Helmet TX, and if you could use it in this event, which of course you couldn't, but theoretically, even if it meant the race took slightly longer, I would still love to use a car that I love, because that's just the way it is. So if you are a fan of the F50 and you want to use it, then by all means do so. This tune will allow you to win. You might want to avoid the LaFerrari just to make it a bit easier for yourself, but overall it's got great handling, it's very fun, it looks great, sounds great, and you can definitely win. Ironically, as I said, it's just the straight line performance that could do with a little bit more grunt. But that's it overall for this tune. Of course, if you want to check out all of my other tunes for GT Sport, not just for making money, but drag tunes, drift tunes, circuit tunes, then of course you can click right here on screen to see all of those. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.